This is a Yamaha SR 400. This is basically the same bike since 1978. This bike is a one-cylinder. It's fuel injected. Now, it used to not be. This bike has 5 speeds. It's a gorgeous bike. This is a 2015. This is my father's bike. So we are going to see if we can get it started. To get this bike started, he said you have to pull in this little lever. Look for that to turn silver. I'm not being very mechanical in trying to explain this, but so I'm going to try kick-starting it. Alright, Kickstarter's down. Turn it on. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, let me try that again. So he's pulling this little lever. Alright. Alright. Okay. Alright, let's go. So we're gonna go for a nice little ride around town right now. My dad is riding the Yamaha R3. I took a ride on this the other day, made a video about it. You should check it out. We took a ride up Skyline Drive to Hawks Nest in New Jersey. Okay, so my dad got this bike 2015. He bought it new. This bike's a blast to ride around. It's not good for the highway. If you're looking to take this on the highway, I would not recommend it. It doesn't go that fast. My dad, thankfully, he takes only back roads to work. So he enjoys riding it to work. Maybe for local trips. This bike has nice brakes. Stops well. Engine braking is good. My dad's having some fun on that bike up there, on the R3. I'm highly partial to that bike. I have the same bike in Florida where I live. So again, this bike's one cylinder. Aside from being fuel injected, I don't think this bike's changed that much since 78. This bike's a gorgeous motorcycle. He gets compliments all the time when he takes it out. People are surprised to hear that it is a new bike. New Jersey is full of potholes. They get snow here. So this is a nice little neighborhood. We're riding around. It's a blue-collar neighborhood we're in right now. Demographic-wise, we're going to be going into Alpine, New Jersey in a minute. See some beautiful homes shortly. Oh, the horn works. So I love visiting my family. My dad he's a die-hard motorcyclist. I took after him. He has a lot of toys. See, it's a blind turn right here. Okay. You never know what car's coming up over that hill. How fast they're going. So we're going to be coming up to a circle right now. Test out the turning on this motorcycle. You sit very upright, unlike the sport bike up there. There we go. Going to this turn. Let's see. It doesn't turn as good as the R3 or sport bike, but it turns okay. It's very sensitive to turning. I think it feels a little twitchy. Oh, but that's to be expected. It's extremely light. If you're looking for a bike that is not heavy, this is a great bike. I would definitely recommend this motorcycle for a new rider, particularly a woman. The only challenge is it is not that easy to start. At least for me. Maybe if I owned this bike and rode it all the time, it would be a lot easier for me to start it. We're just gonna skip to the front right here. It's an absolutely gorgeous day right now. It's about 75, 80. Everyone's out on their bicycles. It's in Florida, where I flew up from, it is raining like crazy every day for the past week and a half, so it's nice to see some sun. Hopefully we get to see some nice scenery today, see some big mansions. We're gonna ride around. Keep hitting the horn when I try to check the blinkers off. The horn is this little button right here. See if you can see it. So adjust the mirrors. My dad hasn't done anything to this bike. It's stock. The R3 in front of us is pretty much stock too. Hasn't really done anything except add a few accessories here and there. It's the Sunday right now. It's not too much traffic out in this town. It's a great day to ride. Nice Sunday ride with my dad. My dad is passing the van. On this bike, when I stop, I like to don't just use a front brake to stop, but I use a rear brake as well to get a little more power. The brakes work, but they're not extremely responsive. It's a small bike. I love the lights in New Jersey. They change so much faster. In Florida, when you get to a light, you could like have a coffee. You're sitting there for 5 minutes. Everything takes twice as long. Everything's slower down south. In New Jersey, everything's fast. Much faster pace. Let's see. This is my hometown right here. There is wildlife around here. Although there's a lot of homes, there aren't deer, so you gotta keep an eye out. My dad almost hit a deer the other day. It was little Bambi. You just gotta keep your line. Don't freak out if it happens. Just keep a steady speed and try to slow down carefully. Some people get freaked out when an animal starts to run out and they grab the brakes and they crash themselves. You can't panic. It's part of riding a bike. You assume the risk when you ride a motorcycle. It's not like a car where you're surrounded, so if you hit an animal, it's just gonna fly over your head. If you ride a motorcycle, again, you know what you're doing. There is a chance that if something runs out, you can get hurt. But with experience and time, you can avoid crashes more. I always encourage people to try it. Go to track days. You learn skills you wouldn't otherwise on the street. Also, if you want to become a safer rider on the street, definitely consider getting into riding dirt bikes. That is the best training to more safely ride on the street. You learn how to, if you have to suddenly go into the grass, you're much less likely to crash. You become a much better rider overall. It's easy to just get on a bike, a street bike, and just sit straight up and down on it without really learning what the bike's capable of. So you go for dirt biking or road racing, practice days, track days, you're going to really learn what your machine is capable of. So you can go for some nice rides. And really get rid of those chicken strips on those tires. It's a nice thing about riding a bike. Sometimes it's certainly not about the destination, as cliche and cheesy as it sounds. It's about the journey there. I don't know what it is about riding a bike, but it's just a really enjoyable experience. So we're entering Norwood right now. I think we're turning. This bike is awesome. It's just so nice to ride. People always, when they meet me, they're always like, "Oh, you're so short. How do you ride a bike?" I'm riding a small bike right now, but when you ride a motorcycle, it's not about your size. It's once you start moving, it doesn't matter what height you are. There's a lot of MotoGP riders that are really short. It doesn't matter once you're moving. You do feel your height in a parking lot. It's so easy to tip over. You have to be a lot more self-aware of your surroundings when you're vertically challenged. Oh, look at these trees on the right. That's great. We're gonna slow down for this ambulance right here. All right. Hope that guy's okay. This is a beautiful area. Look at all these trees. These houses are more spaced out. You're not sitting on top of your neighbor. There's nothing worse than that. This home right here, look at that property. All these houses have a nice parcel of land. Imagine, the taxes are probably outrageous. I think New Jersey's rated one of the highest for taxes in the country. It's not but I think it's one of them. It's like top 10 or something. All right. Nice. No cars. No homes for sale. Anyone wants it. It's hard to look at the road. I just want to admire these beautiful homes. A lot of these people in this area, they work in the city. Say hi to that guy. They work in the city, but they live here. This is extremely close to the George Washington Bridge. So they just hop on the bridge, or they go to the nearest train station. So they commute every day to the city, but they have these beautiful homes in the suburbs. It's $1 million homes over here. These people work hard, though. I used to be a dog walker back in the day for these houses, and a lot of these people, both spouses work, and they're not home very often to enjoy their house. People work hard here. So we're coming up to, we'll be coming up to Alpine soon. Alpine, New Jersey. Not quite yet, but we're on our way. Or maybe we might even be there. All these towns blend together. But a lot of celebrities live in Alpine, New Jersey. So we're deferring off this bike. This bike is, this tank is very narrow. It's very short. On this Yamaha. And this is the SR 400. It's a classic look. So this thing, what does this have? It has a light if you start to run out of gas, which is always nice. So I do that frequently. So many potholes. This bike is smooth though. It's definitely not a rough ride. It shifts really, it shifts like butter. Trying to be conscious of turning off the signal when I turn. I'm always forgetting and leaving them on. That's so dangerous. If someone sees you with their signal on, a car might just pull right in front of you because they think you're turning, which is, it's already dangerous to ride a bike on the street. I don't want to make it even worse myself. Oh, it's not a crazy ride. I'm cruising around with Dad. It's not. It's just taking a nice relaxing ride. This bike is very comfortable. The seat is like sitting on a couch. Sitting up, straight up and down. You're not bent over, your back's not gonna hurt. I wouldn't recommend this bike for a big person. Definitely be too small, but for any girls out there looking to get into this sport, I would recommend this bike. Just, they have to be a little patient turning it on, but once you're going, it's good. Yesterday, me and Dad went for a nice 6-hour ride, but I rode the R3, and my back was killing me later. I still feel it now. You don't think about it in the moment, but later, stretched out like that over the tank for 6 hours. If you're not used to it, you're gonna feel it later. I tell you what. When I win the lottery, I'll buy one of these. There's a lot of celebrities live around here. Politicians. I tried to go for a bicycle ride when I was younger. Up these hills, you gotta be in good shape. Look at that. It's definitely more easy to ride a bicycle in Florida. It is flat and flat and flat. This home up here is nice. It's like a partial barn look. This one over here looks like a mini little White House with those pillars. This is a beautiful road. It just keeps on going. Don't have any lights really. Just get to enjoy the journey. So I ride every week, but usually it's only on a dirt bike. Once a week I go for a nice ride on my R3. So it was a nice change of pace, ride a few different bikes with my dad. It's really special being able to share this with my family. Not a lot of families are supportive of their children riding motorcycles. Understandably. I'm not sure if I had a kid, I'd want him on a bike myself. A street bike, anyway. But it's our passion, so we do it together. I hope that I'm riding till I'm very, very, very old. Someone was asking the other day, why do you even ride on the street? It's so dangerous. They're right. It is dangerous. Usually the crash on a street bike is not rider error, in my opinion. Someone rear-ending you in a car, they're on the cell phone, or someone pulling out in front of you because, again, they're on the cell phone. So why would I risk it? Why wouldn't I just do track days, or why don't I just ride the dirt bike on the motocross track? We assume the risk when you get on a bike. You know what you're doing, a street bike. But you try, I'm willing to take the risk. I love it. There's nothing like riding a street bike on a beautiful day. It's a unique experience, and when you ride a street bike, you meet everyone here. All the bikes say hello to each other. There's something special about it. Every motorcycle avenue avenue is in the motocross group, the street riding group, track riding group. There's something different about each culture of riding. And street riders, they share, all motorcyclists share a bond. I'd say the unique thing about street riding is that enjoyable feeling of just riding around town, riding. You don't care where you're riding. You just get on a bike and you go. You forget everything else. And motocross, for me, it's about the challenge of improving my technique, of trying new jumps and taking it to the next level. So let's see. I'm not sure if we're stopping right now or we are just doing a U-turn. This is a great spot to turn around. I ran into a car once on a motorcycle. I pulled out into the street and didn't see a car coming and just T-boned it. Bike was not okay. I was fine, miraculously. Fortunately, I hit a lawyer. That is not recommended. So now whenever I pull out onto a street, I look many times before I pull out. It's a rough lesson learned. In that case, that accident was my fault completely. So it looks like my father decided to turn around, and let's see what else we explore in this New Jersey neighborhood. I love the motorcycles that tell you what gear you're in. I should count it, but I tend to just go by feel. Passing a group of bicyclists.